So what tools do we already have at our disposal, and what is the way forward?
Earlier this year, the UN presented their updated Water Development Report. Part of this new study highlighted that wastewater treatment plants are not the only water management instruments we have. One clear thing that I got from reading this was that sewers are not the answer. The study advocates something called nature-based solutions, which basically are solutions that consider water as part of the complex processes of the water cycle, not as a separate entity. It's about restoring much of our unforgiving concrete-made human infrastructure into more natural forms. This reminds me strongly of water-sensitive urban design, or Wsud as it's known in the UK, which brings me here, to Port Fraser, a constructed wetland right here in Perth. Wetlands are quite effective for flood mitigation, removing pollutants, and let's be honest, are quite pretty. I don't think we know the full capacity that constructed wetlands can do for us in terms of services. Something I learned that was pretty cool was in Ukraine. They have been experimenting with artificial wetlands to filter some pharmaceutical products from wastewater. Wetlands are one example of water-sensitive urban design. Check out my very first blog if you want to read a bit more about the powers of constructed wetlands. These are other forms of water-sensitive urban design. These kinds of designs, such as porous pavement and infiltration systems, are engineering approaches to integrate stormwater, groundwater, wastewater, and water supply all into urban design. There has been a bit of work into possible ways of incorporating these designs into developing worlds, most of which I found seem to come out of the UK. Some people argue that there are great opportunities to incorporate these relatively new design principles in poorer countries, as often they are already lacking adequate infrastructure in terms of water management. Almost like a clean slate opportunity without the expense of completely upheaving existing infrastructure. Next, I'll talk a little bit about the potential benefits of applying water-sensitive urban design in developing countries, as I found from my research.